Welcome to Pots, Pans, and Pioneers. Today, everyone, I'm going to teach you how to make my double fudge maple bombs. And what I've got here is just a regular box fudge mix. I'm adding some chocolate chips, and I'm just following the mixing instructions on the box. You can buy the mix with chocolate chips already in there, but I didn't, so I added the chocolate chips. So I'm just following the recipe that's on the back of the box. You add the water, and then I'm gonna stir it up really well and pour it into a baking dish. Okay, so now I'm just going to put this in a 350-degree oven. And it's a 9 by 9, so I'm going to let it run for about 25 minutes. I'm going to check it. And I think the directions say 28 minutes, so I'm going to check it, and then I may cook it a little longer. Okay, so I've got the brownies out of the oven, and I'm going to pour them in this bowl. They didn't just fall out, so I had to have a little help. I didn't want to do it barehanded, so I decided to wear gloves because I didn't want to get chocolate brownie underneath my fingernails, and it's just a mess. So I decided to wear gloves, and I'm just trying to get it in the bowl here. So I'm gonna slice it up, and I know there's a method you can use for removing the, having crusty edges around your baking dish. And I think you put foil around the edges. I'm not sure, but I couldn't think of it at the time when I was doing it. But what you're wanting is more of a moist edges and not the crispy edge around the edges. So I'm just going to add all of the brownies into the bowl, and I'll get them all in there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to crumble them all up and get them as, almost like a second batter. They're super moist. You can probably see that. But around the edges, it was crispy. And I think that was just, I have a new oven, so I was working with this new oven, and I'm still learning how to use all the temperature settings. So I'm just going to crunch it all up and get it all ready. So what I've done now is I've got it all crumbled, and I'm going to take a little small half a handful, and I'm going to mush it up in my hand and try to make a little well in the middle. And what you're seeing me struggle with is the crispy edges. So I'm trying to mash those really well. You could also make these out of a super moist cake. I wouldn't recommend just a regular cake mix though, because it would crumble on you. And I'm putting the maple cream in the middle of it, and then I'm just folding it around that center, and I'll show you again. I'll take another one. We'll do a few of them so you can see. So we're just flattening it out as best we can, and then I'm trying to get a hole in the center of it. And then I'm taking a little scoop and I'm scooping some of the maple. It's a consistency of peanut butter, but then I'm just putting it in the middle and trying to cover the chocolate as best I can through the bottom. These gloves are way too big for me, so I bought the wrong size. Anyway, so we're not going to rebake these. I'm just going to line them up this pan. You could use parchment paper. I had both, but for some reason I grabbed aluminum foil. I don't really know why, but you could use parchment paper to line your pan to get them all set out. And then we'll try one more. Okay, in this, I'm melting some chocolate. I've got 2 pieces of semi-sweet chocolate, the Baker's brand, and I've got some milk chocolate chips. And I've just melted it in a bowl. I've added a little bit of milk, maybe a tablespoon of milk, and I'm just tossing around the brownie bomb in there, and I'm laying it on the cookie sheet. Just dunking them in there like a donut, flipping them around and putting them back on that cookie sheet. Okay, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. I put some pecans off on top of a few of them, some pecan pieces, and join us on the next video.